let's have a look into some of the most interesting aspects of present and past spirituality, including in the West, like the Gnostics, or in the East, different phases of Hinduism or Buddhism or the Tao Te Ching and so forth, but which all have a very common vision. And we can include in that modern science, especially astronomy and physics, because they're talking very much of the concept that there is oneness. What really brings us together is oneness. So it's pointless to fight and hate each other like I'm superior to you and so forth, because the Father and Mother, the Spirit, the love that is within us, encompasses the whole of it. So many people misunderstand and they think that, oh, Hinduism only believes in many gods and there are many gods talking and fighting with each other sometime and so forth. The reality, some of them might be like that, but the greatest majority actually follows the Upanishads, one of their main books, and Vedanta, an approach to their philosophy. And let me read from it and see how interesting it is, even scientifically. So let's see the Isa Upanishad start. What is visible is the infinite. So what we are seeing is infinite life. What is invisible that we cannot see is also the infinite. Out of the infinite being, the finite or the finite has come, yet being infinite, only infinite remains. Now, I did about 2 years an introductory course on astrophysics, and I was quite, although it was an entry level, but it was very, very interesting. And what I love the most is the correspondence of that. So, and what is really saying is that from one universe, another universe comes, and another universe comes, and like that to infinite life, because then you come out of it and you find, after a space, you find a great universe. Or you can also see it from another point of view, that there are different levels of materiality. Like in the universe in which we are now, we have a kind of heavy matter. We fall, we hurt one another, and so forth. But then you go to, depending your rebirth at various levels, you can go, if your karma is positive, is loving, is caring, is respectful, you tend to go to dimensions, or you can say other universes, which are much more subtle. You can kind of fly, move, go from one place to another, going above rocks and mountains and walls and so forth. So what is seen is all levels being present there, and almost like from birth to birth we have the freedom of movement, and in a way, so you can say, is infinite. Yet, just look how fascinating this is, yet you have got billions of unique single creations. So somebody like me is very much a single creation. There are billions and trillions of things I don't know about. I haven't been there. So there is a limitation. Yet that which creates me, which makes me, which allows me to to see, to feel, and so forth, is part of that infinite. So now we are both infinite and finite or finite. And so how do we live that relationship? So if we pass in philosophies or religions that hate each other and they say, no, you're wrong, my ruler is far better than yours. If that happens, it's a real shame, because they will only see division. They will only see singularity, this against this. While truly spiritually, the possibility we have is to see ourselves as finite. You know, I'm Italian, I'm 75, I got stomach problems, but there is another aspect of me that can come gradually, but with a great love and peace, which, as I said, is silent in the sense the mind is not fighting over things and so forth, but it just sees it as a beautiful spark of childlike love. Now, you will say, well, are we one thing or are we another? This is getting a bit confused. Well, that's your first step to look at things from a higher dimension, fourth dimension. This worldly limited thing is the third dimension, and the one that can see this expansive reality is sometimes called the fourth dimension. And so how did they survive together? Because they seem to be so opposite. So I can embrace the third dimension, which means accepting family, work, illness, good health, a day of sadness. You know, I'm not perfect. I sometimes talk stupid. I sometimes make mistakes. Sometimes I'm quite wise, and so forth. But there is also a possibility within that, as I said, we progress spiritually, that we can feel that unity and that love, and like a little child, just sit in love and happiness, sometimes with tears in our eyes. It's not about being with something that a machete and makes you do what they want and they dominate you and so forth. No, you become more child-wise and you love, you know, from your heart what is around you, the things that are present there. And even if it is painful and so forth, and maybe I want to move out of it one day, but at the same time, I can far more accept the present and feel a tremendous love. So in that ignorance, but there is as well a sense of oneness and a sense of love. And so you wonder and you say, how can I achieve that? How can I get there? You know, how can I realize my true nature? But without making too much of an effort and struggling and make it unpleasant, because you need to get a bit in another dimension to get there. And we'll be doing some very good meditations in sessions to come, like for example, one that are very much derived from Buddhism, which is so beautiful. There is nothing very complex, nothing too mystic and so forth. But because the important thing is to relax our mind, to relax our emotions, to relax our body, because in that silence, that infinity is being touched. I hope for a moment you can appreciate what I'm telling you, because it is something quite important, quite beautiful that I'm sharing. Perhaps you know it much better than I am knowing about it. And wow, fantastic. Tell me more next time I see you. So the important thing is that we are always grasping, struggling, stuck into the lower dimension, to the more divided, which again we need and we can use, as I said. But to expand from there, you need to silence the mind. But not like some people tell you, repress it, crush it, stop it. No, 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 no. Love your mind. It's a present of nature. You can think towards it, you can relax so many things, but for a moment, you need to take it a bit further out. And as I was saying, a beautiful meditation that I have derived from Buddhism, and we'll see more in the next videos, but I just like to give you the taste of it. And it's very simple. You think, well, what is that? Because, okay, so you sit down and you've got these tensions and so forth and this overthinking, and then you go, how do I stop my thinking? How do I stop my thinking? No, don't worry. Don't stop anything. Don't fight with anything. All you do is just relax, and when I breathe in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing in and breathing out. Now let's say you are somewhat tense body-wise. There is this thing. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, I'm aware of tension. Breathing out, I'm aware of tension. So you become aware of it. You don't fight it. You don't say, no, no, no. You just are there. You don't encourage it either. But what you do is you caress it. In and out. Letting go. In and out. Letting go. So you just become aware of it. But you look at it with a kind and caring mind. So just go. In and out. Just go. Now, if your emotions, or let's go first to the body. And you can say, I'm aware that my body is tense. Breathing in, I relax my body. Breathing out, I relax my body. And you start relaxing the body. So you relax the body, you relax the breath. Just breathing in and breathing out. Then you go to your emotions. If there are some emotions that are making you very angry, and I'm aware my emotions are tense, I've been hurt, I'm upset. But don't start thinking and creating thoughts and tension. So just breathe in, breathe out, and allow your emotions to leave you, to relax, to harmonize themselves. And for today, just as a final thing, you do the thoughts, meaning your emotions create often your thoughts. So you breathe in, you relax. I'm aware my thoughts are very confused and very tense. So breathing in, I relax my thoughts. Breathing out, I relax my thoughts. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. So you can create your own order of projections of meditations and so forth, but you can see what the spirit is. So what happens when a certain quiet of the mind reaches you? Then you begin to feel something deeper than your usual emotional, tense, projective state, and that fourth dimension becomes more evidence, deeper within you. And it's only in that quietness, in that silence, that then you begin to feel where the singularity and the oneness merge together. Not that against that, or there is only that and there is not that, but you are complete. That is for, to me, the fourth dimension is. It's not the elimination of one thing, but is the integration of things. And so that's why, in that sense, a strong scientific body is beginning to see that there is a great oneness and unity in everything that exists, and there is a singularity, but that coexists with a multiplicity. And that is what I really talk about when I talk about spirituality and so forth. I've lived many years in the East, I've traveled, I've been with all sorts of yogis and monks, Buddhist monks and so forth, and studied a bit of science. And at the end, you know, it just becomes quite clear. So it means that sometimes you are confused, you are projecting, you are angry, and then you try to think more and more and more about it in the hope that you will solve it like that. That sometimes doesn't work very well. So instead, if you go into silence, breathing in, breathing out, and if the thoughts are quite tense, it's okay. Breathe in, breathe out, let them be, and they relax gradually. They will come back to you. And then you can begin to see, to feel this sense of the universe, of the unity, the one with the many and the many with the one. And a great child love feeling springs from there. It is very beautiful, it is very gentle, and beautiful is the day where you don't want to become a big guru to prove people, that you want to have power over others, that you want to have many women and money and so forth, meaning that the unconscious really is just wanting all that just for gain, or a lot because of gain. Let this kind of awareness take you more to a childhood. Yes, of course, if you can do some money, if you do some money, I'm not saying, you know, don't do that, but make sure that the most important thing is bringing together this vision. And then you feel different, because you don't go this against that, but it's, gosh, you know, we are many, we are infinite, yet deep down we are all one. So we can be the many and we can be the one, and in that dimension just feel the love and the simplicity. I know I often speak about it, but I'd like to be able to help you to take it in. Bless you.